A state of society where men may not speak their minds cannot long endure, meaning we must actually always be able to put and subject ourselves towards absolute expression of our thought, mind, perception, reality, and outlook, and essentially everything else that we harbor, develop, cultivate, grow within and inside of ourselves has to be expressed and displayed by one another in the society so that there is not only balance, moderation in the society, but also an atmosphere and a sense of total and complete self respect and also societal harmony and mutual clarity, transparency, respect, kindness, understanding, justice, equality all the time in all of our behaviors, interactions, communications, and exchanges with the one another. And that can only happen when we have finally come to the recognition and realization of our inabilities, shortcomings, deficiencies, and also of our powers, abilities, talents, faculties, and come to terms and realize and integrate all that. Otherwise, it can't happen. So, a society has to be based on absolute and unconditional, basically collective reciprocity, harmony, unity. Otherwise, everything falls apart in a very short period of time, if not even in the long run. So, a society in which men and women are not even allowed the freedom of expression, speech, justice, equality, fairness, then that is going to fall apart anyways because we're going to fight against either of one another for superiority, success, money, riches, validation, or we're just going to blow off the government. As a consequence to that, there is only arson and unrest and fight in the society. So obviously, we have to be able to ultimately, inevitably speak our minds as both men and women. We have to express our internal thoughts and ideologies and storms and repressed content to the one another that we find reliable and confident. Otherwise, we're going to basically use that repressed content, or that repression is going to use us to turn us against one another's enemies and bitter rivals, and that is something we don't want happening. So obviously, not only the government has to be able to, or it should be able to provide us with the rights of expression, speech, justice, equality, fairness, liberty all the time, but we also have to be able to speak our thoughts, minds, perceptions all the time and communicate our positions, philosophy, successes towards one another, and then only there is going to be clarity, transparency, respect, reciprocity,